I am Aubrey Roth, and I'll be your host today. I am the Montana Farm to School Coordinator for Montana Team Nutrition Program, and I serve as the Montana State Lead for the National Farm to School Network. Montana Team Nutrition Program is the training arm of the Office of Public Instruction's school nutrition programs, and we're housed at Montana State University. Today we'll be discussing how to host your own Montana Crunch Time event, what resources are available, and some ideas from around the state. Montana Crunch Time is an annual statewide event during which we encourage all Montanans to crunch into a locally or regionally grown apple at the designated time. This year, the 4th year, we are celebrating on Monday, October 24th at 2 p.m. This collective crunch encourages healthy eating and supports farm-to-school and buy local initiatives throughout the state. The Office of Public Instruction, Montana Team Nutrition Program, Montana State University, the National Center for Appropriate Technologies Farm to Cafeteria Network, Food Corps Montana, Eat Right Montana, and other statewide partners have created resources and a Montana Crunch Time Guide to help every Montanan crunch into a delicious apple this October. Montana Crunch Time is intended to celebrate National and Montana Farm to School Month, which is October, as well as National Food Day, which is held annually on October 24th. So let's go through some of the details to get your Crunch Time event going. The first step is to register your Crunch Time event. Even if you don't have many of the details yet, please visit the Montana Farm to School website and register your Crunch Time event so we know who plans on participating. I encourage you to register your Crunch event even if you are crunching solo. You will receive a follow-up survey after Crunch Time to gather information about how your Crunch event went. On the Montana Crunch Time page, you will find flyers that are ready to use or modify with your event information, Montana Crunch Time Guide, and recipes. The Crunch Time Guide includes tips on how to find apples, organize an event, crunch in school, crunch in early care and education settings, etc. It also has an activity page for children. One of the most important steps to hosting a Montana Crunch Time event is having apples. There are many resources to help you find locally or regionally grown apples. NCAT's Farm to Cafeteria producer map and database shows producers and businesses that are interested in selling to institutions such as schools. If you click on one of the pins on the map, it will show a farm name, contact information, and types of products they offer. You can also view the database in list form. If you are a producer and wish to be on this list, please visit the web page and submit your information. The Abundant Montana directory, hosted by Arrow, provides a map or list of farmers markets, farms, producers, and food and ag businesses. The Made in Montana database includes all types of products from food to clothing. Within this site, visit the Grown in Montana page for a searchable database of Grown in Montana producers and businesses. You can search for apple in the keywords to get a list of businesses that offer apples and apple products. Farmers markets are great places to find producers. You can also ask producers at the farmers market if they are aware of others who are growing and selling apples. Most farmers markets will be wrapping up for the season soon if they haven't already, so don't delay. Use the Montana Department of Agriculture's Farmers Market map and directory to find a market near you. A great place to find your apples is through your current sources of produce, such as grocery stores or distributors. If they are not already carrying locally, Montana, or regionally grown apples, ask them if they can stock them for Crunch Time. It is a great opportunity to ask them if they will join in celebrating Crunch Time by promoting it in their stores or to their customer base. So what happens if you can't find any local or Montana apples? Well, we recommend you try to find apples that are regionally grown as close to your community as possible. See how local you can go. Start promoting your Crunch event right away. Some ideas include hanging up flyers at your location or within your community with specifics about your crunch time event. Use the modifiable flyers available on the website to customize with your event details. Create a crunch time bulletin board to display for the next few weeks. Send out an announcement in your print or email newsletters. Add the event details to community or event calendars. We recommend you contact your news media. They love stories that have great visuals and audio, like a group of adults or children simultaneously crunching into apples. A sample press release is included in the Crunch Time Guide. Be sure to add specific details about your event before you send it out. Use social media to promote your event as well as to share your story afterward. Whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or any other social media channels, use hashtag #MTCrunchTime with your posts and photos so they can be found by others. Be sure to share your Crunch Bites, photos, video, audio, stories, or news media. Share on social media using the hashtag #MTCrunchTime or email to me at aubrey.roth@montana.edu. You can also submit your stories on the Montana Farm to School website on the Share Your Story page, which is located under the Connect tab. We would love to use your photos and videos for materials and trainings like this one. For us to use your Crunch Bites, we need completed OPI release forms for any individuals appearing in the photos or videos. School or other organization release forms will not suffice. OPI release forms should be mailed to me. Give me a call or email when you are ready to mail them, and I'll tell you where. The form is available for download in the Crunch Time Guide and on the website. Schools are great places to hold Crunch Time events, and it is the perfect opportunity to celebrate Farm to School Month. The more groups and individuals you can get involved with your Crunch Time event, the more successful it will be. Ask student clubs, family and consumer science, culinary, and agriculture education classes, service groups, sports teams, parents, extension agents, or community groups and organizations to be involved. Recruiting volunteers can increase participation while simplifying the crunch time countdown. Parents and other helpers can pick up apples at a central location in the school and assist with classroom activities. The food service staff can be a valuable resource for this project. Be sure to ask if they have the time and the space to help with receiving, washing, and preparing apples. Family and consumer science or culinary classes could help plan the event and prepare apple-based recipes for post-crunching taste tests or provide fun facts and educational activities to younger students. Where and how you organize your crunch event in a school depends on what works for your school. Assemblies are awesome, and they create a buzz and energy around crunch time. And you can take some fabulous photos, such as the one shown here, or capture the incredible sounds of all the students and staff simultaneously crunching. It's pretty cool. Schools have also crunched in the classroom. Parents or other volunteers passed out apples to classrooms for individual classroom crunches. Teachers or other volunteers can then do an apple-related activity or discuss fun facts about apples. Did you know that over 2,500 varieties of apples are grown in the U.S.? Use the resources previously mentioned to find apples in your area. School food service staff often source and purchase the apples for the crunch time events that are held in schools, but be sure they are on board with receiving and washing the apples. We have resources on the Montana Farm to School website for following procurement and food safety best practices and regulations if you are new to buying local foods. If your school receives fresh fruit and vegetable snack program funding, you can use those funds to purchase apples. Crunch time is a perfect complement to the program. Just be sure to conduct an educational activity. Buying smaller apples, such as what is known by some as schoolboy size, is a great way to save money and reduce waste, especially at elementary schools. This event is a great opportunity to teach kids about food, nutrition, cooking, history, agriculture, and more. The Montana Crunch Time Guide includes activity ideas or lesson plans for all ages K through 12, as well as an activity sheet for kids. As mentioned before, it is also a perfect way to have older students take leadership while helping with the event or teaching younger students about apples. The slide shows 2 great videos that are perfect to share with your students or even parents. You also might consider hosting an apple grower to talk about their orchard. Taste testing different varieties, as demonstrated in the photo from Hinsdale School on the top right, is also fun. Offer slices of different varieties and take a vote to determine the class or school favorite. See if you can find heritage or rare varieties. In Bozeman, a nonprofit organization, Gallatin Valley Farm to School, is working with the schools to arrange volunteers to pass out apples and do short activities with students throughout the day, and then the students will crunch at 2 p.m. in their classrooms. You can consider making apple stamps for an art project. Do you know which way to cut an apple so the seeds form a star? Montana Harvest of the Month is a new program for K through 12 schools and after-school programs that features a different Montana food each month in a school meal or snack, educational activity, and a taste test. The program provides educational and outreach materials including cafeteria, classroom, and home handouts, posters, guides, and more. Apples are November's Harvest of the Month, but schools can choose to change the calendar to suit their needs. Crunch Time is the perfect primer for enjoying Montana apples later on in November. Montana Team Nutrition has Montana menu boards available for schools. These are compatible with dry erase markers and are a great way to feature the local items being served and where they came from on your school's menu, such as the apples from Crunch Time. Many schools across the state have participated in the past 3 years. Whitefish High School students created this video to share their crunch.
On October 24th, Montana's Office of Public Instruction spearheaded a program called Montana Crunch Time, an activity targeted at students of Montana schools. The initial idea was to have every student in Montana synchronize a bite of a fresh, crispy apple.
3, 2, 1, crunch time.
Oh.
In the Whitefish School District, many efforts have been set forth in an attempt to show recognition towards healthy eating habits and local agriculture. Crunch Time keyed directly into a school-wide farming effort called Farm to School. This program consists of students managing a farm and reaping the healthy benefits of their hard work. As Crunch Time ensued, the district's goal was achieved as 1,500 students plunged their teeth into juicy, regionally grown apples.
3, 2, 1, crunch time!
3, 2, 1, crunch time!
As the day came to an end, the students had experienced a whole new aspect of healthy choices in life. So just like the students of the Whitefish School District, make educated choices in what you eat and where it comes from.
Also a great event for early care and education settings, including preschools, daycares, and Head Start programs. The Crunch Time Guide includes resources and recommendations for celebrating with the littlest crunchers. Many of the recommendations for finding and purchasing apples also apply for early care and education settings. Sites that participate in the Child and Adult Care Food Program, CACFP, should indicate that the apples will be a substitute food item by editing and posting your menu for families ahead of time. Apples purchased from a local farm, a farmer's market, or co-op are a creditable food item according to the CACFP reimbursement guidelines. Pair with a protein for a complete snack. Consider cutting apples in half, quarters, or slices so they are easier to eat and you have less waste. The Crunch Time Guide includes early childhood appropriate activities and recipes. Consider a taste test with multiple varieties or an apple coloring project. We hope that you will join the Crunch wherever you are, including within your home, community, and workplace. Colleges, hospitals, retirement communities, workplaces, and others have participated in Montana Crunch Time in the past. Round up your coworkers for an afternoon crunch break. Consider creating a crunch-off competition between departments, divisions, or other businesses or organizations. Remember to take photos or videos and share your story via email or social media. Remember to use the hashtag. Last year, both Montana Department of Agriculture and Montana Office of Public Instruction posted Crunch Time videos. Check this one out from OPI.
It's Farm to School Month, and we're celebrating by biting into these Montana-grown apples. It's crunch time. 3, 2, 1.
Hopefully you are full of ideas for your Montana Crunch Time event. Write these 4 steps down so you can prepare for Crunch Time. Step 1. Register your Crunch Time event at the Montana Farm to School website. Even if it is a small event or you are crunching solo, we want to hear from you. Estimate the number of anticipated adults and children. Don't worry if someone else has already registered from your site. We will remove duplicate entries. Step 2. Download resources on the Montana Crunch Time page. Step 3. Schedule and plan your event. Get a team together and go. Step 4. When Crunch Time is over, share your photos, news clips, or videos. Use social media and the hashtag MTCrunchtime. So I hope you join us on October 24th at 2 p.m.